welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Gaming. Um, but first, let me start with our sponsor, Hustlers University. Thank you to Hustlers University for sponsoring this episode of Let's Talk Gaming. Hustlers University, where you can learn courses about trading options, about finding easy hustles to do make money, and everything that they teach. It's on sale right now, so go check it out. Link is in the description. Today's guest, Caden LeClear. He is a
Uh,
four-time world champ in Fortnite solos and 10-time FNCS qualifier. So yeah, how you doing today, kid?
I'm good. Going good.
Playing a lot of Fortnite recently?
Hell yeah.
It's good. That's good. So, I mean, what level are you on this season?
364.
Jeez, yeah, I can only imagine. Um, so I mean, let's just start off with my first question. I mean, are you enjoying the current season of Fortnite?
Well, the actual season itself, not too hot, but reload always a strong option for qualifying for that World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, how are you? What are you playing most nowadays?
Probably, yeah, probably reload just to get ready for that World Cup. Trying to win my fourth, and then it also helps with FNCS to win my 11th. So we're just the grind doesn't stop.
Yeah, I mean, you played any OG this season?
Yeah, they just dropped the chapter. Or not chapter one, season two OG. So I did fondle with that a little bit.
I see. I'm somewhat of an OG player myself. I mean, I'm enjoying the new OG seasons, but I mean, honestly. Do you like, I know a lot of people think it's kind of repetitive. So, I mean, personally, do you think that I mean, like when they bring back those OG seasons, do you just find that repetitive or do you find that more fun?
Well, I think it depends. They've brought back the season one twice already, so I feel like uh that's kind of repetitive. But I think the shuffling the seasons around how they're doing right now works. That works pretty well. Bringing some players back, keeping it alive and strong.
I mean, as you well know, and as everybody well knows, the ratings of, the game have kind of gone down recently. They're not as good as they used to be. People have a lot to say. I mean, like what do you think of that? Like, wow, what's the reason for that? Like, what's the reason behind that?
Well, I'd say that people are trying. They think bringing back OG map is gonna bring back the memories they made from when they were 9 years old, getting back from recess, just hopping on the game instantly, loading up the fresh new season. I just think the memories you can't get back, and it's kind of getting repetitive. People are starting to die down and switching games to like Rocket League or like Call of Duty or like NCAA for this matter.
I completely agree. I mean, there was a time, I mean, we're all big Fortnite players, but I stopped playing Fortnite, played some NCAA, it's just more enjoyable. Games like that sometimes are more enjoyable, Fortnite gets repetitive. And I mean, I completely understand why people just want to stop playing it. But I mean, do you feel like this season has been like one of the best seasons in a while?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that one of the best. I'd just say it's something new, something fresh, something we haven't seen in a while. But I don't really play the normal because it doesn't really get my mindset right for the World Cup and the following tournaments to follow with FNCS.
What about Reload? Just what about Reload do you enjoy so much?
I'd say for reload that just really keeps my mind intact with that competitive edge. Smaller maps, smaller players, close quarters, constant fight, respawns. It just keeps me going, keeps the hands warm, gets me ready for that. Those pro fights.
Like we've talked about these seasons, the ratings gone down. not as good as it used to be. Do you ever think Fortnite will ever be as big as it once was? Ever have the ratings that it once had?
Honestly, I don't think so. Going back to the memories and what I was talking about, I just don't think that people are gonna find a way to have fun again. If I was Tim Sweeney working with Epic Games, I would just go back with just sticking to new ideas. Hopefully, something clicks with that. But I just don't think OG is the way to go.
Um, is there, there might not be anything, but is there anything, as a pro Fortnite player, you have a lot involved in the community, in the game. I mean, you have your own skin. Like, do you have any ideas, or is there anything that you think would bring Fortnite back to the top? Have it be as big as it ever was.
Going back to the new ideas, fresh start kind of idea, really could elevate their game on a different level. And I just think that going back with those fresh ideas can always help. And as they've been doing that, they've added new movement, wall running, sprinting, mantling, climbing. That really changed a bunch. Everyone thought positive about that. Different ways of building now, different ways to elevate you upon the rest. So I think that was a great improvement. If they keep doing stuff like that and just overall fix the map, just have it more fun, maybe not as big, can really just help their game out a ton.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, all those seasons that I personally really enjoyed were always smaller maps, just not as big. Everybody was kind of fighting pretty soon, and yeah, that's just what I personally enjoyed. I know that you enjoyed that. You're a big reload player. So I mean, hopefully they do something like that soon. But I mean, enough of the game talk. Let's talk about you as a player. I mean, you've had a lot of big moments. I mean, we already listed it. 4 World Cup wins, 10 FNCS qualifiers. I mean, what was your favorite moment out of all of those out of all of those matches?
I'd probably have to go with when we needed 20, sorry, check that, 30 points to qual in one game for the next it was semis, and
What year was
we were
this?
gonna go to the World Cup. This was 2020.
Oh, okay. Just refresh
So,
my memory.
you know, yeah, yeah. And when we needed those 30 points in one game to go to the World Cup, it was really just negative mindset. We didn't think we were gonna do it, but you know, coming through, came through, got 20 points, got to end game, and then it was the most stacked lobby in Fortnite history. It went down. It's crazy. We had Peterbot, we had Clicks, we had Tifu, Ninja, you know, all the pros, all the people who just spent hours and hours grinding, and come end game, my IGL died down to just me, and Peterbot was pushing me, so didn't think I was gonna win. He was announced best Fortnite player at the time, and it came up to me, thought he was gonna do good. I boxed him up, hit the one pump. The crowd went crazy. It was nuts. The atmosphere was shaking. I felt vibrations. I thought there was a earthquake or something. But we ended up qualifying, went to World Cup. Won it all. It was really just best moment of my life.
That was a great moment. I remember watching that live. I mean, I just shot straight up out of my seat. Everybody that I was watching with, it was unbelievable. Like we had never seen Peterbot go down like that before, especially getting boxed like that. I mean, I even just bad players. I've never seen people get boxed like that before. I mean that movement, that piece control was just amazing. And I mean, yeah, that was an amazing moment. And like, that's an amazing moment. And I know you're a big solo player, 4 solo World Cup wins, but you play duos often time to time. You've qualified for some FNCS duos or squads. So what has been your favorite like person to play with in duos or squads? Like your the best skill wise, and what about the funniest? Who do you think the funniest was?
Funniest. If I'm just having a good time, it'd probably be Stable Ronaldo. He's not the brightest in the bunch, but he's a funny guy. Pretty comical. If I'm going, fade to the universe, we got to win a game, and I need the sweatiest player I can get. I'd probably have to go with my boy Mongrel there. He's a great IGL player. You know, one time it was a real rough scenario. I needed a duo bad because he canceled, and I just want to give a shout out to my boy Benitez. He really came through. I'd honestly, I ended up sticking with him the rest of my career because he was just, the best IGL I've ever seen. He's really a slept on part of me, and I just think when you hear the name Bag of Nails, I feel like it should be like Bag of Benitez or just something along those lines because he doesn't get the credit he deserves. But you know, that really just, yeah, no, he'd be the most skill that I'd have ever played with.
Yeah, I mean Benitez is a great player. We're probably gonna have him, on the podcast sometime soon. We've been talking back and forth, but yeah, I mean, you and Benitez, watching those duos I used to watch during COVID 2021. I mean, those were really amazing duos, and I mean, I'd love to see you guys run it back again. I know you play a lot of solos nowadays. I mean, you're going for your fifth World Cup this year. I mean, I truly think, if I had to bet, if I was a betting man, I would bet on you to win the World Cup this year. Nobody really, you just keep on getting better with age. But I mean, I think you and Benitez could win the Duo World Cup. Honestly, I really do. I mean, you two just complement each other very well, and I mean, he's a great teammate, and he's a great player. I mean, he has aim like he has aimbot, but he doesn't obviously. But I mean, yeah. But so I mean, that's all I have for you now, and want to thank you for your time. I'll plug your stuff. Um, His Twitch is a bag of nails in the description. Caden LeClear, aka Bag of Nails. YouTube Bag of Nails. But his Instagram will also be in the description and his Twitter. Um,
Bag of nails in the Fortnite shot too. You got to plug it. You got to get some revenue coming in. The World Cups ain't paying like they used to.
exactly, yeah. Yeah, Fortnite get that revenue up. But yeah, Epic Games getting your stuff. But before we leave, I want to shout out to our second sponsor. We do this every episode, but shout out to Red Bull. Red Bull sponsors every episode. Red Bull makes this possible. They fund the money so we can keep our streaming equipment, so we can produce all this great content to you guys. And we can bring people on the podcast like Bag of Nails, like Caden, and hopefully Benitez soon. We did Tifu a couple weeks ago. That was great. And I want to keep doing these big players. So thank you, Caden, for hopping on the podcast. And
Yeah, no problem.
hopefully we can get in the Tilted Zone Wars lobby soon, man.
Yeah, if you ever need a coach, just hit me up. I'm always training.
All right. Well, that's all we have for you guys today. And remember, drink Red Bull. And until the next episode of Let's Talk Gaming, have a good night.
Yes, sir. See you guys.